Hey, Super Bane's back here, guys. Okay, we're gonna go right where we left off the last time. One sec while I put on my intelligent-looking guy glasses. Okay, sorry, I need these to read. All right, I'm gonna share a couple poems I wrote, and in my third video, I'm gonna finalize it with the Trials and Tribulations poem that I wrote. But I'd like to start off first by reading. If you do have subtitles, and you can turn them on if you can't understand what I'm saying, that would be great. I don't know how else you would do it. But the first one, it's titled Zambuca. Okay, Zambuca is a word that I heard some years ago. I don't know exactly how many years, but the definition of Zambuca, if you were to look it up, it comes from a term meaning the death cocktail. Okay, and I feel like, well, like I said in my earlier video, I have good and bad within me, light and dark. Okay, we coexist with both. But you must accept your good and bad sides because that's what makes us us. Okay? And having the darkness within us it's not a horrible thing. It's something we must learn to live with. Okay? Because the light shapes us, but the darkness also shapes us too. Okay? And it's about how we present ourselves to those around us. Not for the world, but for ourselves, for humanity. Because in the eyes of God, we're all brothers and sisters. We're put here on this earth to love one another, okay, to guide one another, to go hand in hand with one another, okay, the 10 Commandments, that right there, I mean, that's the way of God, okay, and it may seem impossible if you read it, you're like, well, gee, okay, thou shalt not lie, I know people lie every day, I've even lied myself, I'm not perfect, okay, but before I get too biblical on you, this is called Zambuca. Worlds apart, yet still I stay, striving for the better days, feeling hopeless as time goes on, like a prisoner within my mind. Everything isn't as often as it seems, and waves attack through blackened dreams. And I know myself, as God well said, and only to him is whom I pledge. And this world can change and wither away, but I will stand tall as love guides my way. And why am I so cozy inside the rain? Well, that's because in my head lies chaos, torment, and pain. Now, this second poem I'm about to read to you, this is very personal. This is from the the life of this one man. Okay, and I often questioned how much of a man I was. I tried to measure myself in man's standards of, the size of a man that I am. And throughout the many signs and symbols, it led me to the Holy Bible, okay, guys, and the book of Acts, the New Testament, okay, 11:24, because I wanted wisdom and knowledge to understand things that I didn't understand, especially biblical, because the Bible to me growing up was a form of punishment, and I had no love for it and I had no respect for it because, I just had so many bad times and I always felt alone, all by myself. And that was the problem because that's when I cast God aside. That's when I pushed him out of me. Okay, that's when I gave up the Holy Ghost. And I know you people are thinking, what, a child? Like, yes, a child. Okay, but even at 9 years old, my understanding of this world, mentality-wise, was beyond that of a 9-year-old. Should have ever had a mindset as I did, as I have. Okay, I may only be 44 years old, but my knowledge and wisdom is deeper, much deeper than that. Okay, and again, I'm not above anybody or below anybody. I am who I am. Okay, and my purpose in this life is to reach out to those that I can get, that I can get to, that I can make a difference. Because, maybe you won't understand what I'm saying, But maybe that person across the room will, or maybe she will, or he will. Okay, and that's my purpose, because not everybody's going to understand it. But I'm going to finish this with this poem from my life. And this is me and my family, and please bear with me. It's rather dark and grim, but so has been the many days of my life. It has no title. The beatings, they were bloody, terrifyingly cruel. The warnings firmly imprinted as we headed off to school. The bruises remained hidden under garments not to tell, and memories so terrible, like secrets straight from hell. And all of this continues now for 9.5 long years. And I'm 17 without a doubt, and I've shed out all my tears. And I ran from the madness, but was I actually free to finally live a life that's mine in peace and harmony? My mother drinks so heavily, many stories not to tell. And my brother hides himself fearfully, like a turtle in its shell. And my twin sister, such a beautiful, loving soul, blacks it out as dark as night, almost as if she doesn't know. And I'm anger, I'm rage, I'm sadness. I'm a cocktail of all three. And I am darkness from my shadows, for now the monster lives in me. God bless you. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for hearing my cries and for listening with not your ears, but your hearts and your souls, and for not judging, because we're not here to judge people. We're here to be there for one another, to love each other as God meant us to. God bless. Stay tuned for part 3, and thank you.